From India, a chant. Jaya, Jaya, Amma. Would you say that with me? Jaya, Jaya, Amma. Amma, Jaya, Jaya. Amma, Jaya, Jaya. It's a devotional chant to the divine feminine. Ever since Plato in the West, God has been viewed in masculine terms. So India offers us another possibility, many possibilities. The divine feminine is a beautiful possibility. Opens up all kinds of things in the soul. So we'll sing this call and response chant to acknowledge the beauty of life, the beauty within our own hearts and one another. Jaya, Jaya, Amma, Amma, Jaya, Jaya. And then we'll call out the words that Gandhi loved so much. Sat Chit Ananda, Sat Chit Ananda. Would you say that with me? Sat Chit Ananda. And roughly paraphrased, it means the more we discover and experience truth, particularly the truth within, the truth of our own being, the truth of this world, the less miserable we become, the more happy, truly, even blissful we can touch. Just a moment of bliss is good. Jaya, Jaya, Amma, Amma, Jaya, Jaya. Jaya, Jaya, Amma, Amma, Jaya. Jaya. Amma, Amma Jaya Jaya. always tempted to just bang away on this bell. We had two little children here not too long ago for a weekend retreat, and one of them particularly would come up when it's time to ring the bell, and she would just ring the bell. She grabbed this, bang, 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 bang. Seems like a lot more fun than just 3 times. You know. I won't do that. Naomi, that was her name. Naomi. I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, Margaret Mead, who once said something like, never doubt that a small, committed group of people can...
Never underestimate the power of... I forget the rest.
Well, it's something like a small, committed group of people can change the course of history, I think. Never doubt that that can happen, that that's possible. And a Keli is an example of this. A Keli is a small group of people gathered together, sharing whatever they share, with the intent of uplifting, educating, entertaining, delighting, loving the people that you're with. And it's a beautiful, beautiful practice. So Keli comes from Celtic cultures, and it's a gathering.
Can you also do it at weddings? I feel like I saw this on Outlander now that I'm thinking about it.
Probably so. Probably so. Was it a dance?
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Couldn't figure out what they were doing, but now
Yeah.
I think it was this.
Yeah, that could be. The idea is that each person has something to offer, and the group receives it, and celebrates it. The first time I experienced it was in Belfast, Northern Ireland, and I'm sitting around, and I didn't know what was going to happen, and all of a sudden somebody announced that we were having a Keli, and then somebody said, "Oh, that's great crack." And I thought, oh my God. Because crack over there is very different than crack here in some ways. C-R-A-I-C basically means great fun, great banter, great time together. It has nothing to do with drugs. They'll say stuff like, "Where's the crack tonight?" And that's what they're looking for. Where's the good time tonight? The Irish know how to have a good time. So, with that said, let's begin. And who would care to share first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So this is the Given Tree. This author, Shel Silverstein, is kind of known for his poems. He has a great poem book called Where the Sidewalk Ends. So I recalled it as being a poem, but it's actually not. And when I read this as a child, my interpretation is different from what I'm reading that people are saying it's about now. But as an adult, I just thought my take on it was interesting as a child, so I'll read it. Story time! So it's called The Giving Tree. And if you can't see the pictures, I'll just tell you what it is. Once there was a tree. Here's the tree. And she loved a little boy. You see the little foot, the boy walking through the tree. And every day the boy would come, and you see like the branches of the tree like reaching out like a hug for the little boy. And he would gather her leaves and make them into crowns and play king of the forest. He would climb up her trunk and swing from her branches and eat apples. And they would play hide and go seek. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. And the boy loved the tree. very much. And the tree was happy. And you see a little heart that he carved, me plus tree. But time went by, and the boy grew older, and the tree was often alone. Then one day the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and eat apples and play in my shade and be happy." "I'm too big to climb and play," said the boy. "I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money. Can you give me some money?" "I'm sorry," said the tree, "but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples." "Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city. Then you will have money and you will be happy." And so the boy climbed up the tree and gathered her, see, he can't climb the tree, and gathered her apples and carried them away, and the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and the tree was sad. And then one day the boy came back, and the tree shook with joy, and she said, "Come, boy, climb up my tree and climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and be happy." Look at him now, he's like middle aged. "I'm too busy to climb trees," said the boy. "I want a house to keep me warm," he said. "I want a wife and I want children, so I need a house. Can you give me a house?" "I have no house," said the tree. "The forest is my house. But you may cut off my branches and build a house, and then you will be happy." And so the boy cut off her branches and carried them away to build his house. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. "Come, boy," she whispered, "come and play." "I am too old and sad to play," said the boy. He's not a boy anymore, by the way. "I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat?" "Cut down my trunk and make a boat," said the tree. "Then you can sail away and you will be happy." And so the boy cut down her trunk and he made a boat and he sailed away. So he has one little heart that says me plus T on it, and then the stump is left with another me plus T in the heart. And the tree was happy, but not really. And after a long time, the boy came back again. "I am sorry, boy," said the tree, "but I have nothing left to give you. My apples are gone. My teeth are too weak for apples," said the boy. "My branches are gone," said the tree. "You cannot swing on them." "I am too old to swing on branches," said the boy. "My trunk is gone," said the tree. "You cannot climb." "I'm too tired to climb," said the boy. "I am sorry," sighed the tree. "I wish that I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I'm just an old stump. I'm sorry." "I don't need very much now," said the boy. "Just a quiet place to sit and rest. I am very tired." "Well," said the tree, straightening herself up as much as she could. "Well, an old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit down and rest." And the boy did. And the tree was happy. The end.
Thank you. And that's called The Giving Tree
Yep.
by Shel Silverstein.
Yeah, and I recommend the book Where the Sidewalk Ends. It's a collection of poems and drawings, and they're really just fun to read and think about each one. They're short.
Show the back of the book.
The back. Oh yeah.
It freaked me out when I was a kid.
It freaked you out. I mean, he looks like he's in the middle of saying something.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you
I know
very
the
much.
book is different to me now as an adult. I saw it through different eyes as a child.
Okay, who's next?
Me.
All right.
I'll also go last. So I have some fortune tellers that you guys can decorate for yourselves.
Oh.
So they work like this. Put your fingers like this, your thumb and your index finger in each one, and you just do this.
Cool.
Yeah, and if you pick one of these, you can
Read your fortune.
write something right here, and it will be like your little fortune for the day.
That is very cool.
And do you put numbers on it and that tells you how many times to go, like 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
Did you make that yourself?
I made 11.
11 of them. Wow. So each one of us gets one.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we
I
pass it
forgot
out?
about those.
No, I just give it to you.
Okay. Thank you. Does everyone know how to use these?
Does anyone,
You might need a refresher course.
So you write numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4,
You're
5,
doing that.
6, 7, 8. And then you just pick a number, and if you say 8, you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And inside you would write numbers too, or you can write like anything. You'd be creative, like orange, red, apples,
thank you.
boogers or something. Like I picked boogers. What's my fortune today? And you write yourself a little message in here. Yeah.
Trees will be kind to you.
Thank you. Thank you very
And I'll
much.
have one more at the end.
Oh, no, they're at the
This is
end?
going to be a really long one.
Okay. Thank you very much. So afterward, I'm going to ask you to show me again how to do this.
You can help me
I'm
read
not
one.
very good at things like this. But that is lovely. Thank you.
It's good too to write fortunes in there and do the numbers and everything. And then when your friends come over, you can read their fortune. And they can pick their, yeah. So you can write blessings.
Oh, yeah, I like that one.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, write blessings.
Nice hand for Denzel. Who's next?
This will go down. So I made y'all some gluten-free, thanks to Kendra, it was her idea to buy chocolate chip cookies, gluten-free chocolate chip cookies.
Ooh.
So I made those, and I made like a whipped cream cheese filling.
Oh.
Like I was supposed to do.
Yeah, so they're like mini little cookie sandwiches, so y'all can grab those
Don't you
later
want to pass them
on.
out? They're your gift.
Pass them
Oh,
out.
it's okay, I don't want to make this area dirty or anything like that, so.
Well, that's something to look forward to, right?
Yeah, there you go.
That's so
Well,
cute.
that's
These
true.
are sandwiches.
Thank you very much. Nice hand for Al.
Yay.
Thank you. Who's next?
Well, I can go because I also have something about trees. And some of you have heard this already. But Kendra asked me to read it because it follows what she was saying, what the book was saying. So sorry. I'll get organized here. It's called Thin Places and Dancing Trees. And it's about the trees right out here, over on the other side of the pond. Where I live, there are thousands of trees of all kinds. In the big room in our house, where we sing and pray together every day, my chair faces southeast, I think, where a wall of glass patio doors lead outside. Beyond the door to my right, I've seen Jesus several times, and I've mentioned to a couple of people here that there's a thin place among those trees. A thin place, you know, is a place where we humans and many creatures too are, for a short time, able to see those who live in the invisible realms. Today was different. Today, the dancing trees out across the pond spoke, and I was able to see and hear something so beautiful that I felt tears run down my cheeks. You can take what I'm about to tell you as the musings of an old woman with a wild and vivid imagination, or you can be still for a little while and listen. Now, don't just listen with your ears. No, listen deeply, very deeply. Listen from the depths of your heart. Have you watched the movements of the tall trees up in the top of the canopy? They don't sway in the same direction as one might expect them to do. No, they seem to move in a kind of a do-si-do. Then again, in another direction. I think their language is dance. It's a multi-dimensional experience that we can't easily appreciate the fullness of, but I'll do what I can. They told me that the place I call a thin place indeed is a threshold. Yes, and it's not the only one on this land. In these places, if we are able to look with the eye of our heart, we can visit with angelic and Christic beings. Other invisible beings, ones that assist us more often with our life's purpose, can actually cross into time and space for a needed interval. The rest is even more difficult to put in words, but here I go. It's late afternoon. The trees are quieter now. Just some brief murmurings along their slow swaying back and forth. But I'm guessing you still want to know what they told me earlier that left my face awash in tears. As I said, it's difficult to put into words the depth and the exquisite substance of what is being revealed. This land is one of many millions on earth that is being prepared for what will likely occur over the next 100 years or so. All of these places are coming alive in a way that hasn't been possible until now. Their nature and the nature of creatures inhabiting them are increasing in complexity. This is happening within each creature and each tree and stone. Humans are not excluded from this complexifying, but that's another story for another afternoon. Sitting here out on the deck, what I'm saying is being confirmed in real time. A beautiful and very large dragonfly flew in to check me out, and the frogs are singing our song. What? Why is this happening, you might ask? Best I can understand and describe, what is being poured into my awareness goes like this. There is a difference between recognizing land, or anything for that matter, as sacred, and celebrating the sacredness. Here's where it gets a little squishy. The earth and all that grows in it and on it is sacred. It always was sacred and always will be sacred. We're not just being asked to celebrate sacred beings or things. We're being asked to celebrate being sacred and to celebrate our joy in the sacred within our own being. When we can see the sacred in ourselves, we can begin to let it feed us. It feeds the wild ones too. As the sacred feeds us more and more, changes begin to take place in our body and in our minds. We can see the changes happening on the land and the sky. Some of these changes we don't like. If we could look at them from a place larger and more expansive, we would see that Earth is doing exactly what she needs to do to heal herself. Many of us are doing the same. Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes our lives experience great loss and we grieve. As finite beings, our lives are full of pain and of joy. We are healing, and we are loved, and we are sacred to the core. Our sister trees who dance want us to celebrate that sacred.
Thank you, Barb.
And
Thank you, Barb. That was lovely. Thank
if
you.
2 is okay, I really
Oh, you got
like
another
to-
one? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I'd really like to read this poem.
I can tell.
Yeah, because it's my favorite.
I did that.
It's a strange poem. I don't usually rhyme, and I don't usually have such a beat to my poetry. And the title came first. Several of us were down at the creek and just talking, and it came out, tripping out on God stuff. And I said, that's got to be a poem or something. And I wrote it down. I didn't write the poem till quite a bit after. So, it's short. Sitting on a log, feet dangling in the creek, tripping out on God's stuff, grooving to the beat. Lush green forest all around, blue sky peeking through the trees, birds a-chirping, insects buzzing, leaves a-quiver in the breeze. It's all God's stuff, where rhythms dance and melodies play, a wild cantata that stirs me to pray. Can't keep my soul from singing along, my feet from dancing and splashing to the song. Can't keep my heart inside of my chest while the beat of creation is playing its best and taunting my soul with a bit of heaven right here, right now, to gentle my longing. It's all God's stuff, may we never forget. Wherever we be is where heaven is set.
Thank you very much.
Billboard Top 100 Hip Hop right
I
there.
I can just hear it.
Fire.
Soul.
Yeah.
I was getting a
No,
little
no,
like old
no, that
soul
could-
music.
No, that could rather be more of a Amy Grant, more of a Natalie Grant type of song.
Okay, who's next? Elena, is that a way you're getting ready
Are
to
you raising 2 hands?
do something?
She's about to dance.
I don't care which order. I didn't exactly prepare anything, but I thought, well, I can dance, and
Hey.
the kind of dancing that I've done the most of lately, I put on a playlist from the Shadow Transformation Protocol classes I was taking a couple of years ago, or like maybe last year and the year before. And I didn't pick a song from it, but they're all, I don't know
Blue.
if I should go ahead and use my phone or any number, like most other kinds of music would also be fine.
It's up to you. Ken's assistance with
No.
this dance?
No, not any kind of assistance.
Better watch out, you might need your assistance.
So why
I appreciate
is it not
that.
coming up? Okay. No, that's not what I want.
Do you need a
Did
minute?
it take it? I think,
I'm gonna quickly use the bathroom.
I mean, it should be, I think they would still be there. Okay, so. Maybe it turns out nicely that I took longer because people need the bathroom.
Let's wait till they get back.
Okay,
I wanted to miss it.
yeah, but I still haven't.
That's a nice map there. Is it? What's that?
Thanks. This is a blanket I got at Five Below.
I love that place. It's now
Five Below's
7
a
on the blog,
place?
by the way.
What? You've never been there?
It's like the $5 store.
I've never been
It's
inside.
a
But now-
$5 store. You know
But
the
I'm not
dollar
kidding,
store? A little
everything is now
elevated.
7 to 10 because of the tariffs.
But I think they target the market for kids. Five Below. For like middle schoolers. That's the vibe. But yeah,
That's really nice.
yeah, they got some good stuff there.
Where did this start?
This blanket I got at Five Below.
Oh.
Mhm.
You found it.
Found something.
You found something? In lots of churches, you know, when there are moments of quiet like this, the pastor would often, or the priest would often turn to the musician, which was often me, and would say, could you provide us with a little traveling music, to fill the silence, you know? And the older I got, the more honest I became, you know. And I would turn to the priest, to the pastor, and say, no, can you provide us with a little homily to fill the silence? You know? Anyway, all right, I think we're all here.
So I really don't know what this is gonna be, but I think if I start out sitting in the middle, I will have enough room for movement and also
Do
be
you
sure
want us to
that I
spread
won't,
out a little bit?
and also be sure that I won't kick the altar.
Would it be
Well, that
helpful
would
if
just be
we
exciting.
Maybe.
get a larger circle?
My head's
Maybe let's do gymnastics for this.
I feel the Holy Spirit. Oh, yeah.
Did it stop? Okay, whatever.
How do you feel afterwards?
Loose. Kind of refreshed. I feel, you know, it kind of releases a lot of stuff, and most of the times I've put on these playlists that I was just looking for. It's like well, first it was during the actual classes, and then it was like when I was like feeling really upset about something, really, you know, like, and it would be more effective than other stuff I could decide to do to like release the tensions around stuff. Yeah, but that would pretty much always be like by myself.
Occasionally here. Occasionally you can.
For brief
For the past
moments.
4 or 5 years,
brief
occasionally you
moments.
would come over here and I would see this creature moving in ways that I didn't think creatures could move. And it was you.
I'm gonna do that in my room tonight. That was expressive. See, one needs to be moved.
That was a lovely thing.
Oh, yeah,
That
thank
was
you.
cool, thank
Yeah,
you.
that was nice.
Very good. Who's next?
Alright, so I'll go next. I will read a poem that I did not print out because I kind of wasn't sure what I was going to do. But this poem, I think most people have probably heard. It's Paul Revere's Ride. And I think it's a poem that even though everyone's probably heard it, I like it a lot. I think it's kind of like a national founding myth. It's kind of like our Romulus and Remus's this ride, because really if you think about what it entailed, the whole country, it was kind of, you know, the ride's a myth. It maybe didn't happen exactly how it happened in the thing, but that day that the farmers deciding to fight the largest force ever created at the time, which was the British Army, it was an insane thing to do it, but it was kind of like you said just now, there was a small group of people that wouldn't take no for an answer. Even if, I mean, some of them, the Minutemen, I mean, some of them were children. Sometimes it would be a father and a child would say, we might both go and die just to say, because we want our sovereignty and no other reason, even if it's the whole bloodline ends here. So here's a poem. Listen, my children, and you shall hear of the midnight ride of Paul Revere on the 18th of April in 75. Hardly a man is now alive who remembers that famous day and year. He said to his friends, if the British march by land or by sea from the town tonight, hang a lantern aloft on the belfry arch of the Old North Church tower as a signal light. One if by land and two if by sea, and I on the opposite shore will be ready to ride and spread the alarm through every Middlesex village and farm, for the country folk will be up and to arm. Then he said good night, and with a muffled oar, silently rowed to the Charlestown shore, just as the moon rose over the bay, where swinging wide and her mooring lay, the Somerset British men of war, a phantom ship with each mast and spar, across the moon like a prison bar, and a huge black hulk that magnified by its own reflection in the tide. Meanwhile his friends through alley and street wanders and watches with eager ears, till in the silence around him he hears the muster of men and the barrack door, the sound of arms and the tramp of feet, and the measured tread of the grenadiers marching down to their boats and the shore. Then he climbed to the tower of the Old North Church by the wooden stairs with stealthy tread to the belfry chamber overhead, and startled the pigeons from their perch on the sombre rafters that round him mid masses, and moving shapes of shade by the trembling ladder, steep and tall, to the highest window in the wall, where he passed to listen and look down, a moment on the roof of the town, and the moonlight flowing over all. Beneath, in the chamber yard, lay the dead in their night encampment on the hill, wrapped in silence so deep and still that he could hear, like a sentinel's tread, the watchful night wind as it went, creeping along from tent to tent, and seeming to whisper all is well. A moment only he feels the spell of the place and the hour, and the secret dread of the lonely belfry and the dead, for suddenly all his thoughts are bent on the shadowy something far away, where the river widens to meet the bay, a line of black that bends and floats on the rising tide like a British boat's. Meanwhile, impatient to mountain ride, booted and spurred with heavy stride, on the opposite shore walked Paul Revere. Now he patted his horse's side, now gazed at the landscape far and near, then impetuous stamped the earth, and turned and tightened his saddle girth. but mostly he watched with eager search the belfry tower of the old church. As it rose above the grave on the hill, lonely and spectral and somber and still, and lo, as he looks on the belfry height a glimmer and then a gleam of light, he springs the saddle and bridle he turns, but lingers and gazes till full on his sight a second lamp in the belfry burns. A hurry of hoofs in a village street, a shape in the moonlight, a bulk in the dark, and beneath, from the pebbles, in passing a spark, struck out by the steed, flying fearless and fleet, that was all, and yet through the gloom of the light, the fate of a nation was riding that night. And the spark struck out by the steed in his flight, kindled the land into flame with its heat. He has left the village and mounted the steep, and beneath him, tranquil and broad and deep, is the mystic meeting the ocean tides, and under the altars that skirt its edge, now soft on the sand, now loud on the ledge, is heard the tramp of his steed as he rides. It was 12 by the village clock when he crossed the bridge into Medford town. He heard the crowing of the cock and the barking of the farmer's dog, and felt the damp of the river fog that rises after the sun goes down. It was 1 by the village clock when he galloped into Lexington. He saw the gilded weathercock swim in the moonlight as he passed. The meeting house windows, blank and bare, gaze at him with a spectral glare, as if they already stood aghast at the bloody work they would look upon. It was 2 by the village clock when he came to the bridge in Concord town. He heard the beating of the flock and the twitter of the birds among the trees, and felt the breath of the morning breeze blowing over the meadows brown. And one was safe and asleep in his bed, who at that bridge would be the first to fall, who that day would be lying dead, pierced by a British musket ball. You know the rest in the books you've read, how the British regulars fired and fled, how the farmers gave them ball for ball, from behind each fence and farmyard wall, chasing the redcoats down the lane, and crossing the fields to emerge again under the trees at the turn of the road, and pausing only to fire and load. So through the night wrote Paul Revere, and so through the night he went to his city, cry of alarm to every Middlesex village and farm, a cry of defiance and not of fear, a voice in the darkness, a knock at the door, and a word that shall echo forevermore. For born on the night wind of the past, through all our history to the last, in the hour of darkness and peril and need, the people will awaken and listen and hear the hurrying hoofbeats of that steed and the midnight message of Paul Revere.
Wow. Thank you. It's epic. Yeah, it's lovely to hear. Thank you. It's great imagery in that. You can see everything. You can hear it. Yeah. Who's next?
Okay.
Did you say okay?
Okay. I'll tell my little story. I'm gonna sit so I can see people because I like to do that better. This is our story I very seldom get to tell here. It's called the Deer Story. But it is fun. So, I first came here 2 years ago, February, and I was not well physically. It took me time before I could just walk to the top of the blacktop. But every day I'd walk and get a little bit stronger, and I wanted to find the creek. I'd heard there was Beaver Creek, so. Well, after some weeks, I finally made it down through the woods, and there was a creek. And so I'm just looking around, and there's these little saplings are all chopped down, and there's wood chips around them, and I was like, that's beavers. There's actually beavers in Beaver Creek, cool. So I went over to stand on the bank, right where the path goes down there now, the oak path, because I wanted to see if I could see beavers. And I'm just standing there a while, and something downstream caught my eye, and I looked, and it was a large doe standing in the middle of the creek and just staring right back at me, eye to eye. cool. So I just stood there and looked, and she looked. And then she started coming up the creek. And she was going to pass right in front of me, which is only like from here to that wall, for the middle of that creek. And then she started to trot like a trained horse. I'd never seen a deer trot before. And she's just watching me as she moves along, and she comes right in front of me, and I'm just feeling like awed and amazed. And she's watching me, she's on this little sandbar. There's a really deep hole right there. And she slips and stumbles and went completely under the water, just disappeared. I'm like, whoa, never saw a disappearing deer before. And then a second later, she gets her footing and just shoots up out of the water, this big spray of water, and spins around and just tears back down the creek. But I just felt very honored that she saw me there and was just gonna come dancing by, and prayed for her embarrassment and
I
falling
think she
in.
had a message for you.
Yeah, what did
That
you get
was
out
her
of that?
message.
Hmm?
What did you get out of the whole thing? Like the message?
Oh,
Oh. You don't see that every day.
That's unusual deer behavior. Did you get a laugh, or were you just like stunned?
Yeah.
it was just more of awe.
Like, I should get them to come to the creek more often.
Yeah, I mean, I had my camera with me. It never occurred to me to even reach for the camera. I was just entranced
No,
with
of
her
course not.
dance. And I did see later on a YouTube, deer do trot like that, but I had never heard or seen such a
What
thing.
does that even mean when they trot?
Hmm?
What does it mean when they trot?
Like a horse, they lift
You
their,
know what I do that?
yeah.
Just
Crip
because?
walk.
Crip walk.
Give Tim a nice hand. Thank you. It's a great story. He was being facetious by saying he never used to tell it around here, because every time I get a chance, I ask Tim to tell the deer story. It's such
It's
a
a
good
good
story.
story.
It is.
And you may get om from it, and other people may get different
Mhm.
things.
And then it didn't
What I
run
get
away.
from it is just that this land is welcoming us
Yeah.
in various ways. And the creatures show up and extend that welcome.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful story. Thank you, Tim. Who's next?
I guess I'll go next.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna play something on the piano.
Sure, absolutely. You need a music stand?
Yeah, just gonna put my phone.
Okay.
It's actually not. I should print it out. I didn't use the print.
Want me to hold it for you?
Oh, it's okay. It's probably gonna be too much work. Oh, sorry, using machine. Okay, so I chose As a Deer because I think it kind of fits the calming vibe here. Yeah, and it's a hymn, so it's just nice short thing. It's pretty relaxing. It's actually not properly practiced, it's properly sloppy.
We like so.
Even better.
Sloppy Joe.
Yep. It's kind of hard to see in this one too.
I can hold it for you if you want.
It's okay.
The volume up.
I'm sorry.
gorgeous melody, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's one of like the more calming.
What's it
It's the
called?
warm. Acid deer. What is that, sorry?
Acid deer?
Yeah, acid
Deer?
deer. Acid deer panted for the water. And then I forgot the rest of the lyrics.
So it's like
Show
a
my
long
soul
story.
one after day.
Right.
Yeah, but that's probably it, I think.
The words, we've got the
Thank you.
words. And right.
That's great.
Yeah, I think so.
So
Yeah.
I just,
Deer?
You can find it. You can find it in a hymnal.
Yeah.
That was my-
Well, you can find it in a hymnal. And
Okay, William, I'm guessing you're gonna go next.
yeah. Well, why not? Denzel's been patiently waiting.
Okay.
There's a lighthouse on the hillside that overlooks life's seas. And when I'm tossed, oh, how it sends out the light that I might see. And the light that shines in darkness now will safely lead us home. If it wasn't for the lighthouse, my ship wouldn't be no more. It seems that everyone about us says, tear that old lighthouse down. The big ships, they just don't pass this way anymore. So there's really no use in standing around. But then my mind goes back to that one dark and stormy night when just in time I saw the light. Yes, it was a light from that old lighthouse that stands up there in the hill. And anybody who knows this, I thank God for the lighthouse. I owe my life to Him. Jesus is the lighthouse, and from the rocks of sin He has shown a light around me that I might clearly see. If it wasn't for the lighthouse, tell me where would this ship be? I thank God for the lighthouse. I owe my life to Him. Oh, and Jesus is the lighthouse, and from the rocks of sin He has shown a light around me that I might clearly see. And if it wasn't for the lighthouse, tell me where would this ship be? If it wasn't for the lighthouse, tell me where would something that got. No, I wish. It's something
Okay.
that got me through. But it is something that got me through the stupid pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I like that
Mm.
song.
I like it too. I like the lyrics.
I like
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
Thank you, William. Who's next? Anybody else? Ken? I see that hand in the back there.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Most folks probably know Both Sides Now by Joni Mitchell. Do many folks know the fourth verse by Pete Seeger?
Wait.
So Pete Seeger with Joni Mitchell's blessing wrote a fourth verse for Both Sides Now. So I'll sing the first verse of Both Sides Now and skip over the second and third verses and then sing the Pete Seeger verse. Rows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, the clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. And then the second and third verses singing about life and thinking and singing about love and up and downs and give and takes. And then the fourth verse, the Pete Seeger verse wrote is daughter, daughter, don't you know you're not the first to feel just so? But let me say before I go, it's worth it anyway. Someday we may all be surprised. We'll all wake and open our eyes, and then we will all realize the whole world feels that way. We've all been living upside down and turned around with love unfound until we turn and face the sun. Yes, all of us, everyone.
That's gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you. You're holding back. You've been holding back. I didn't know you had such a lovely voice.
It's getting scratchy.
But wait, what did you say, the fourth? Not many people know about it. It wasn't in the recorded version?
No, so Joni Mitchell wrote the original. Pete Seeger, with Joni Mitchell's blessing, wrote that fourth verse. And if you look it up on YouTube, they perform it together at a concert that's really lovely.
It kind of really ties everything else in the song together. It like brings it home. I'm surprised that not as many people know about it. Thank you.
Did you know about this fourth verse? Really? You've never heard Ken sing this before?
You probably heard me sing while I do dishes or something.
You were singing Rainbow Connection the other day washing the dishes.
I like
Cool. Cool.
I forgot
Never
about
know.
that one.
Never know.
Yes.
That was extraordinary. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, Denzel, I understand you have one more. Has everyone had a chance to offer something? Yes. Denzel, you wanted to offer one more. I see.
I will play a song, and it's called The Demo Button.
You should pretend you're playing. You've been practicing.
That was good.
That was
Thank
good,
you.
that was good, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
It's time for my bedtime.
Yeah,
Yeah. That was very good. Thank you.
that was great, wow.
Play more tomorrow. You were better playing.
You really could have fooled us if you had pretended and gotten into it. I totally would have believed it was him.
That was very good. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed.
Yo,
For my next number. So, let me just close unless somebody, I think everyone has had a chance, yes? Double check. I wanted to share with you a few words from this book. This book I'm reading now, I find absolutely incredible. It's called Soil and Soul. For those of us that are passionate about the land, the sea, the sky, everything to do with earth, this little book I find incredible. It's by Alistair McIntosh, a Scottish fellow, and it's from the 1990s that the event happened that he's talking about. And what it is, it's an example of what we talked about, a small committed group of people that can change the course of history. In Scotland in the 90s, believe it or not, there were still remnants of the feudal system, okay, 1990s, where lords controlled the land. And a small committed group of people decided to change that because what the lords were going to do, basically corporate entities and individuals, they were going to destroy a certain large piece of earth to do mining for profit, basically. It was all about profit. So Macintosh and some, yeah, right, some of his friends got together and said, I don't think so. And they organized, that's key of course, they organized against the corporate powers. And they did something really ingenious. They heard about a native chief in Canada who was well known for advocacy, for fighting corporate power. And they went and visited him, and they begged him to come to Scotland and to advocate for the indigenous people of Scotland, basically, against the corporate powers. And they won. Okay, it's a great story, and if ever you want to read the whole thing, it's this book here. But I just wanted to read to you some of the words of the chief. And the print is getting smaller and smaller here, so I can't, I'll make it up if I can't see it. But the chief's name is Chief Stone Eagle. Stone Eagle. And this is him speaking at a public gathering. I just wanted to share some of his words. Greetings, brothers and sisters, from the Mi'kmaq territory to your territory, so from the Canadian tribal area to Scotland. As an indigenous person of North America, whose grandfathers met your grandfathers, on their arrival to my territory several hundred years ago, we, the Mi'kmaq 5 nations, have endured many trials and tribulations that were caused by the 2 nations coming together. In the history of the Mi'kmaq First Nation, we have never been defeated in war. We never ceded our Aboriginal rights that were handed down to us by the Creator. Prior to the arrival of the visitors, he's being very kind, the visitors to our shores, we, the Mi'kmaq First Nation had our own traditional form of government, laws, and education that was totally different from the laws that were imposed upon us by the visitors to our territory. Our philosophy and spirituality has always been one where man was not dominant over the creation or other life forms which we shared in this territory. It was always our belief, and still is our belief, that the Creator had placed the Mi'kmaq people as caregivers of Mother Earth. Somewhere in the past, hundreds of years, the majority of the indigenous people, perhaps because of the influence of the non-natives to our territory, became parasites of Mother Earth, thus destroying her natural beauty. It is the resurrection of our traditional values and codes of conduct that our elders reintroduced to this generation that reawakened the true spirit and spiritual connection to Mother Earth and to the Creator. We, in Mi'kmaq territory, continue on a daily basis to create solidarity with other nations in North America. We continue to create unity among all First Nations people with the common belief that the true philosophy of our grandfathers is the answer to save us and to slow down the environmental destruction that is plaguing all of humanity. It is my firm belief that we of this generation, this is where it gets really interesting. He says, it is my firm belief that we of this generation have no hope in solving the environmental deterioration that is that is ongoing as we speak. However, I also have firm conviction that we of this generation may be able to slow down the destruction of our Mother Earth enough so that the next generation that will be replacing our leaders will find the solutions and the cure for our Mother Earth. Isn't that lovely? Mm-hmm. He goes on, I won't read the whole thing to you tonight, but it's worth reading the whole thing. It's just an example to me, an inspiring example of, again, a small group of people, and this time transatlantic, Scotland and Canada, banding together to stand against the powers of destruction. And they won. They actually won. It's worth reading the book. So, thank you all for your sharing, for participating, for your listening, and celebrating each other in the Kaylee. We'll close with a brief song. So this is Sunday night, and we turn the lights off, we light candles, and we pray a prayer for peace. Grant peace to all, grant peace to all, grant peace to all other.
Art was asking about Mandarin, but I have no idea.
Say the worded piece is what?
Mandarin? So Art was asking about Mandarin, but my Mandarin's bad, so I don't know.
We don't know. We couldn't tell bad Mandarin from good Mandarin. Do you want to take a stab at it?
Piece. I'm not sure what the words are actually.
Okay, that'll be your assignment.
Okay. Next time.
So, Om. To all on earth, grant peace to all, grant peace to all, grant peace to all on earth. At the close of this day, a prayer for peace, a prayer that we would become more and more peacemakers on this earth, gathering together in small groups, subversive and sacred. May it be so.